Russian security services have reported a series of high-profile incidents involving attempted assassinations and sabotage within their borders, intensifying the atmosphere of instability as the nation marks the start of a new military academic year. The Federal Security Service announced that it successfully thwarted a planned attack targeting a senior defense ministry officer in Crimea, alleging that a recruit working for Ukrainian military intelligence attempted to plant a Western-made explosive device beneath the official vehicle. Authorities identified the organizer as a high-ranking intelligence officer and confirmed that the perpetrator was killed after offering armed resistance, while an alleged accomplice was detained on terrorism charges. This event follows a separate and mysterious explosion in Moscow, where a vehicle belonging to a top defense scientist specializing in laser and quantum electronic erupted in flames at a residential complex. While some state agencies initially suggested a technical malfunction, counterterrorism operatives sealed off the area amid conflicting reports of a deliberate strike, deepening uncertainty regarding the reach of hostile operatives deep inside Russian territories. Simultaneously, the Russian Armed Force launched their revamped combat training curriculum on December 1st, prioritizing real-world lessons from special military operations, including urban warfare, anti-drone tactics, and the integration of unmanned aerial systems, all leading up to the massive Center Strategic Command exercise planned for the coming year. On the front lines of the conflict in Eastern Europe, Russian forces have launched a massive offensive across multiple sectors, claiming significant breakthroughs and the capture of the settlement of Klinovoye in Donetsk. The Ministry of Defense reported that its troops have executed deep penetration maneuvers, creating a semi-encirclement in Kupiansk and trapping Ukrainian units in what has been described as a death pocket near Stepnogorsk. The intensification of fighting has been accompanied by a relentless air campaign, with Moscow claiming to have intercepted more than 230 fixed-wing drones and a US-made rocket in a single day, effectively overwhelming the opposing air defense capabilities. Amidst this kinetic escalation, the infamous Cold War-era radio station known as UVB-76 transmitted two-coded message, a rare occurrence that analysts associate with moments of supreme geopolitical tension, coinciding with reports of high-level peace talks taking place in Florida. The situation on the ground remains dire for the defending forces as Russian units expand their control from Dobrobilya to Vavarivka, targeting energy infrastructure and military-industrial complex. While missile strikes in Dnipro has resulted in civilian casualties and significant damage to local infrastructure. The geopolitical focus has simultaneously shifted to the Caribbean, where a massive military standoff is unfolding between the United States and Venezuela following a breakdown in secret negotiations. President Donald Trump has declared Venezuelan airspace closed in its entirety, a move that has been backed by the deployment of advanced naval and air assets, including the USS Gerald R. Ford supercarrier and stealth fighter squadrons positioned around the region. This dramatic surge in firepower comes after reports surfaced that President Nicolas Maduro offered to resign within 18 months in exchange for safe passage, a proposal that the Trump administration rejected in favor of an immediate departure, no global amnesty. In response to the ultimatum and the looming threat of intervention, Caracas has activated its air defense systems and mobilized fighter jets, while planning documents reveal a strategy of prolonged guerrilla resistance involving thousands of Russian-made missiles and decentralized combat units. The tensions has prompted Russian tour operators to organize emergency evacuations for their citizens vacationing on Isla Margarita, reflecting the genuine fear that the standoff could erupt into the largest military conflict Latin America has seen in decades. Inside Venezuela, the atmosphere oscillates between defiant nationalism and looming uncertainty as the government rallies its supporters against what it terms foreign imperialism. President Maduro has publicly flaunted a new communication device gifted by the Chinese leadership, claiming it is impossible to intercept, and has showcased letters of support from Moscow and Beijing to demonstrate that his administration is not isolated on the world stage. Thousands of government loyalists have marched through the street of Caracas, waving flags and chanting slogans of sovereignty, even as the United States conducts simulated air raids and surveillance missions near the border. Despite the severe warning from Washington and the visible military buildup in the Caribbean Sea, daily life in the capital continues with a surreal sense of normalcy for many residents who have become desensitized to years of political crisis. However, the refusal of the United States to accept anything less than an immediate resignation has pushed the Maduro government to prepare for worst-case scenarios, including the anarchization of the capital and sabotage operations intended to destabilize any potential occupation forces. Meanwhile, the security architecture in Asia and the Middle East is undergoing a radical transformation driven by new technology and historic arms agreement. President Donald Trump has approved a record-breaking deal to sell stealth fighter jets to Saudi Arabia, a package valued at over $140 billion, despite grave concerns from intelligence officials that deepening ties between Riyadh and Beijing could lead to the theft of sensitive American military technology. In the Pacific, China has unveiled a next-generation drone capable of autonomous anti-submarine warfare, signaling a major challenge to Western naval dominance, while simultaneously engaging in a heated diplomatic role with Japan over post-war treaties and sovereignty regarding Taiwan. Further escalating regional tensions, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has announced that his air force will soon be equipped with hypersonic missiles and massive destructive bombs, a declaration made during the 80th anniversary of the country's aviation force. These developments, ranging from the Caribbean standoff to the renewed arms race in Asia, paint a picture of a world fracturing into competing blocs where military mights and strategic posturing are rapidly replacing diplomatic norms. If you have made it this far, congratulations, you have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. How should nations balance national security concerns with diplomatic engagement when faced with fears and apprehension, when at any moment a superpower country such as the US can overtake the country by force and propaganda for their benefit, such as in the case of the country of Venezuela? And why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Like the video, share this video with friends and family, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.